Hello everyone. My name is Anita Sen, your science teacher from Shri Rama Bharti Public School. Today I will explain few topics from the chapter Cell, Structure and Function. So let's start. Now first of all, we have to learn what is a cell. What is a cell? Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life, and cells are the basic units of living organism. Cells are also known as building blocks of life. Main thing is there, the cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life. And we all know all the living organisms are made up of cells. They can be made up of one cell or many cells. If they are of one cell, then it is known as unicellular organism. And if an organism is made up of many cells, then it is known as multicellular animal. Now the question is, who discovered cell? So cells were discovered, first they are discovered by the Robert Hooke in 1665. So cells are discovered by Robert Hooke in 1665. And how he discovered? He observed by the slices of cork under a simple microscope. Now, but after this, later on, the living cells were observed by Antony van Leeuwenhoek for the first time using improved microscope. Now comes the organization of cells in organisms, how they are organized. Now, the group of cells, they make tissue. So what is a tissue? The group of cells, they make a tissue. And then the group of tissues, they make an organ. Different organs together, they form an organ system, and different organ systems together, they make one living organism. So this is known as organization of cells in organisms. Cells, tissues, then organs, organ systems, and living organisms. Then comes the variation in cell numbers. That at the starting also I told you, there are two types of organisms. One organisms which are made up of only one or single cell. They are known as unicellular organism. Uni means single and cellular means cell. So means an organism which is made up of a single cell. It is known as unicellular organism. And most common examples are the protozoans. All protozoans, they are unicellular organisms like amoeba, paramecium, euglena. And also, besides these protozoans, yeast is also there, and bacteria. That these two are also unicellular organism, means they are simply one or single celled animal. Second is multicellular organism. Multi means many, means these organisms are made up of many cells, more than one. Like most of the plants and animals, they are multicellular organisms. Then comes that cells are of different shapes and sizes. And these cells have different shapes according to their functions. According to their functions, they have different shapes. Like if we will take an example of nerve cells, they are elongated, means they are lengthy. Why? Because they need to carry messages from one part to another, from different parts of the body. Then comes the muscle cells. Muscle cells are cylindrical and branched. Why? Because they help in the movement of the contracting and relaxing. Skin cells are the flat in shape. They are flat in shape because they have to cover a large surface of the area. White blood cells. White blood cells can change their shape because they are not having any definite shape. Sperm cells, because they need to swim long distances, so that's why they are having tail. So you can see there are different cells having different shapes, and these shapes are according to their function. Then they are also of different sizes. They are also of different sizes. Like the smallest living organism is the bacterial cell. The smallest one is the bacterial cell. And the longest one is the nerve cell, right? I hope you understood. The smallest living organism is the bacterial cell, and the blood cells are also very smallest. If we will talk for our body, then in our body, the blood cells are the smallest and the nerve cells are the longest. And if you will say the smallest living organism, that is bacterial cell. Okay. In plants also, there are some algae which are having very large cells. It is about 10 centimeter in length. I hope you understood all the topics. So this is all for today. So it's time to say goodbye. Have a nice day.